Rent is so high in Tokyo. No, it's not. It's really cheap. It's stupid cheap. You were all lied to. In this video, I'll do a housing search with you and show you the truth about Tokyo housing prices and prices in all Japanese cities. We have all seen those most expensive cities lists. These do not tell the Japanese story. There are thousands and thousands of cheap housing options in Tokyo and in all Japanese cities. The supply outweighs the demand. Empty apartments are everywhere, as I will show you in this video. There are endless rentals in Japanese cities. Simply put, it is much easier to survive in Japan than other modern cities because your rent can be so cheap. No, it's not all cheap, but a ton of it is very, very cheap. Yes, you can get very expensive apartments in Ginza or Daikanyama and at all train stations, but who cares? That's disingenuous. It paints city living in Japan incorrectly. City living in Tokyo can be very cheap if you choose. The big advantage of living in Japanese cities is price range. The pricing range for rentals is excellent in Japanese cities. You can pay a ton or you can save a ton. Japan offers options. Options to survive. This is the takeaway of this video, surviving and saving money. There are choices for your lifestyle in Japan. In Japan, you never have to share a house with 3 or 5 other adults just to survive. This is common in many cities outside Japan. In some countries, there are few options for affordable housing, and if there is, they are extremely limited. Japan does not have this problem. All Japanese cities have affordable housing. It is very difficult to be homeless in Japan because few people are completely priced out of housing. So let's get into pricing. How cheap is rent in Tokyo? 20,000 to 50,000 yen per month. Now that's cheap. Here's how housing prices are set in Japan for rentals. Pricing depends on size, how new the building is, and how close it is to a train station. But you can find really cheap apartments very close to train stations if the building is a little older. Everything is possible in Japan. I lived in Western Tokyo for years. My rent was 45,000 yen per month. It was 23 square meters and a 5-minute walk to the train station. Half of the rooms in this building were empty the entire time I was there. It was an amazing value for the location. This room was small. Nobody cares because it's normal in Japan. I had attractive women coming over to my place for years. They didn't care. If you think you need a large place in Japan, you are just wasting money. Let's go through a housing search together. I chose some random areas in Tokyo and some Tokyo suburbs for my search. This search is not for all of Tokyo. There are thousands more places we could find with the search parameters I used if we searched every part of Tokyo. I searched for housing under 50,000 yen per month with a size of 15 to 30 square meters. I did not specify the age of the building or walking distance to the station. With that search, I found 1,035 matches. Let's start by checking the cheapest places first. This first place is 15 square meters, but check that price. 19,000 yen plus 2,000 yen, so 21,000 yen total per month. Wow, that's dirt cheap. It is about a 15-minute walk to a local train station or a short bike ride. Let's click on it to see what 21,000 yen per month gets you about 30 minutes from central Tokyo. As you can see, it looks quite good for that amazing price point. What a deal! Can you find places for that price where you live? Tell me in the comments below. Scrolling down the list, you can see endless places for 20,000 yen per month. Then they get into 25,000 and 30,000 yen per month, and the sizes start getting bigger. It's page after page of cheap housing. And this is just some of the areas of Tokyo. We haven't even gotten to apartments for 40,000 to 50,000 yen per month yet. You will see the same for all areas of Tokyo. Affordable housing is everywhere. The same can be said for neighboring prefectures Saitama, Chiba, and Kanagawa, where many people live but commute into Tokyo from. But employers pay for train fares in Japan, so no problem. This makes housing affordability even better in Japan. Workers in Japan do not have to worry about living close to work. Their job pays for transportation. This gives more housing options for people in Japan. And no, these units are not all closets or shoeboxes. I did see a couple 12 square meter places, which is really small. Mostly they are between 17 and 30 square meters. 17 to 25 square meters is enough for a bed, small sofa, and clothes, plus the built-in storage that comes with most places. 25 to 30 square meters is a lot of space and would be 2 separate bedrooms or 1 very large room. A family could easily live there. So let's see what you get for under 50,000 yen per month with a larger size of between 25 and 30 square meters. Randomly, I stopped here at this place. This place is 35,000 yen per month with a 25 square meter size. That's big. Let's take a look inside. It has traditional tatami floors. Again, it's an amazing size for the price. 2 large bedrooms and a separate kitchen area. It's got a cute onsen tub in the shower room. It is a short walk to a local station. The only real drawback is the old school squat toilet. I could have found better places for this price and size, but I want to show you the truth. Cheaper places are generally older, but who cares? Old in Japan is only 30 to 40 years old. That's no problem for that price. And as I said, for that price and that size, you could find better places. I happened to stop at this place. Personally, I could not live with that squat toilet, but there are tons of other great deals with normal Western toilets. Japan life hack coming in 3, 2, 1. I had an older place before with a normal toilet, but I used to walk to a nearby convenience store because they had a washlet or bidet with a heated seat and warm water spray. It was luxurious. But later, I realized I could have the same experience at home by simply sitting over the edge of my shower and washing myself with my warm shower nozzle. Voila. But you get the point. There is a ton of cheap housing around Tokyo. Other cities would be the same across Japan, just as cheap for the same size. Rural areas and small towns probably have even better deals. After living in Japan for years, I now know the truth. You don't need a large living space. You need money to survive and retire. Being broke just to live in oversized housing with too much space does not guarantee you a happy life. Japan teaches you these things. The only reason you would need a very large place in Japan is to impress a gold digger, the same type that you came to Japan to escape from. In a future video, I will talk about startup costs for moving into a place in Japan and other details, so look out for that video soon. It is not completely hassle-free. I'll end the video with some amazing good news. Japan does not require a credit check or credit score, no references from your past residences, no professional references, no personal references, and no criminal record or background check. Your entire history is private in Japan. You get a clean start every time. Tokyo housing prices and housing prices in all Japanese cities can be very cheap. Now you know the truth. Can you find these kind of housing prices in your country? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching.